So I was quickly going to take a look at 3 approaches of how this is being done. So 3 P's of audience engagement. So prototyping, testing out of ideas with audiences and users early on. Second, participation, so using collaborative methods to crowdsource ideas, skills and finance to prove traction and build advocacy. And the third is personalization, so creating tools and interfaces that allow audiences to personalize content. So first, I'm just going to give you some quick examples. So prototyping, testing ideas with audiences and users earlier on. So bringing them into the development process is something you see much more frequently in the gaming community, but rarely in the film and television world. So for games, playtests are really common, and things don't go into production unless the prototype works. And we haven't really seen this happen yet, apart from some of these fantastic Kickstarter campaigns, which I think are perfect examples of things, prototypes often being thrown out or concepts being thrown to audiences. In the traditional financing business, we haven't seen this though, and it sometimes really frustrates me. A lot of the time, the channels I've spoken to or funds have often talked about sort of combining the idea of crowdsourcing and crowdfunding, but it hasn't taken off, and we've been talking about it for since the beginning of these crowdfunding platforms were set up. So we've seen some early examples with Amazon and Netflix, who had some basic piloting schemes for new series, but it was basically about audience vote. It wasn't about this idea of audience participation. So this is a Dutch company called Volon. They're an independent games company that's opened up its development process to fans and users, and they actually created a business model around it. So they charge $12.99 for a monthly subscription on their Twitch TV channel. They've got 14,000 subscribers, so it brings them in revenue. And they allow their fans to see the whole development process and download demos of their games. And so they update their prototype each weekend. So as well as getting traction for what they're making, they're also making money and receiving feedback. And they were actually inspired to do this because their games were being cloned in China. And this was a way of building a community and earning money, and not waiting until they released their games, which had already been cloned and seen by millions of people. So the next example is a project from Montreal by a young animation company called ED Films. It's called Elemented, and it won our main prize last year at Power to the Pixel. So it's a multimedia series that's aimed at 9 to 12-year-old girls, and especially getting them interested in science at an early age. And it's a very high-end animated project, so it's going to take many years to develop. So the director and producer have developed an animation pipeline prototyping tool where they've opened out the whole development process to the maker community and fans of previous projects. So they've got about 20,000 people, fan base, that they are working with. And they've just had this actual platform financed by the Canada Media Fund. And it's a really important part of this project development because they're getting their fans to feedback on character design and set design, getting involved in the actual design very, very, very early on, as it takes several years to build these ideas and franchises.